Let me say it again. Okay, work area and new client preparation and setup of supplies.
Thank you.
Bag and it's box and it's on my floor just for the idea of it. Okay, so now, can you guys see that table pretty well? Should I make like darken the thing behind me?
It's pretty bright behind you.
So is that too
I mean,
much?
we could see the table. I mean, we could try it for a little bit.
Should I just try to do, I can shut it right now. I mean, you guys are the experts on the lighting. Should I?
Yeah, usually it's better if your light source is on the other side of your camera.
Does that look better, you guys? Yes, no?
Do you have like a light you could turn on in your house?
Yeah. Is that good?
I think that's better. I don't know. Does anyone else have any input? Okay, I guess we're good.
That's better, right? I can bring it closer too. I'll bring it closer.
Is there a way you can put like a light on the table?
Like put a like a lamp or something somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard to see the supplies on the table.
Okay, that's fine. Let's. Are you recording already, Miss Martinez?
Yeah, I am.
Oh gosh, great. How's that?
There we go. That is definitely better.
Okay.
Miss Martinez, you can make a bloopers at the end.
Bloopers?
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Did you say bloopers? Okay. So right here, I have my client number 2 box, and I have my towels, clean towels. This table right now has my setup of, this is only universal supplies that are on here right now. This is my items to be disinfected. And then I have a chair over here, which is where I'm gonna move things to in a minute. Okay?
Rito,
Yes.
so the towels should be in the bag, or
Yes,
should
towels will, it depends on how you get them at State Board, but you should, if, I would have towels in a separate bag that say clean towels,
Okay, that's fine.
like I did. Okay, and then you can see my doll. She's right here, and she's just, you just gave her a beautiful haircut, okay? So I'm gonna put her here. Sorry, you guys, I don't have a lot of space, so this is the best I can do. Okay, so the examiner reads everything to me, and she says, everything, do you guys want me to read it again? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, so the examiner's reading, you will break down your work area and dispose of supplies you used in the previous section of the examination. You will prepare your work area for a new client. Let's see. You will set up your universal supplies you will use for the remainder of the examination. You will also set up the supplies for the following section of the examination. chemical waving, predisposition test and strand test, highlighting with foil virgin application, hair color retouch, virgin hair relaxer application. You will prepare your client for chemical services. You will be expected to follow all client protection, safety, and infection control procedures. You will have 15 minutes to complete this section. You will be informed when you have 8 minutes remaining. Do not demonstrate any procedures until verbal instructions are given and you are instructed to begin. Step back to indicate you have finished. So this is an area that a lot of students don't listen to as well. Do not demonstrate any procedures until verbal instructions are given and you are instructed to begin. So that tells you you're not going to start doing anything until instructions are given. Okay, so they said you may begin. Obviously, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sanitize my hands. Okay, this is the time right now. If you have anything left on your station from client 1, that you're going to put it in the proper places. So anything that should be going into trash goes in trash, and anything that should be going into items to be disinfected goes into items to be disinfected. Okay? Once you have done that, the next step you're going to take is you're going to move everything over out of your work area. So I'm going to take my trash bins. Let's say this is a table here, but I have to put them on my chair. So I'm moving them. And I'm taking all of my general supply, my universal supplies, and I'm moving them over.
Over where?
To my chair, but in your case, it would be over to a table. I'm just moving them to a chair. I showed you the chair before because I only have a chair right there. But you would just be moving them out of the way on the table. So you're going to move everything over. I'm going to take out my paper towels. Whoops, sanitize my hands again. Anytime you're going to go in a bag. I'm going to take out my paper towels. If you have wipes that you're using, that's fine. And I'm going to put my paper towels over to the side as well. My spray that's labeled, I'm going to wipe down my table. Okay, now when I start to put supplies back on this table, I have to remember to wipe the bottoms of everything. So I'm going to take the spray that I had, I'm going to wipe the bottom before I place it here. This is very important. My protective cream, wipe the bottom, place it here. My first aid kit, wipe, place. My hand sanitizer, wipe, place. My bag of paper towels, I'm going to wipe it off before I place it down. Everything that you moved over there, you're cleaning, wiping down. Your water. My TPTs. And I'm going to grab my items to be disinfected, wipe the bottom, my trash, wipe the bottom. And now I'm going to go over and I'm going to wipe that area that I just took everything off of. Does everybody understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Once I've done that, I'm gonna put my paper towel, my wipes that I used in the trash. Okay? At this time, I'm going to, you can do this. Let's stick with getting out the supplies. I'll drape the doll last. Okay, at this time, I'm going to be getting out my supplies. Imagine that it's on the table over here next to me, but you can't see it, I'm sorry. And I'm going to start putting these on the table. And I apologize, I'm very limited on my space. These are my three relaxers, my three jars. They're labeled on the top, and we'll talk about how you can label those. You just can't see them on the side. My permanent wave solution. My papers, I'm gonna put my papers where they line up right in front of my hair lightener. My 4 brushes, my 4 applicator brushes. The clips that I'll need. When you start to take anything out of a bag, I did not have to sanitize my hand when I went in the bag because it's empty now, and I'm going to put it in the trash. I've got 3 all-purpose combs. I've got my pintail comb for highlighting and a rat tail comb. I'm going to place those on my table.
Just to clarify,
Say that again. Say it again.
just to clarify, so when you move on to a next client, do you empty out the trash and the items to be disinfected?
Say that again?
So let's say you're doing the first client and then you finished everything. Do you take everything out of the trash and throw it away before you
You
start?
could. That's a very good point, Sarah. This is the time to throw stuff out of your trash before you're going to be putting new stuff in your trash.
Okay.
But
And then
you're-
items to be disinfected, do you just keep
leave those.
Okay.
Good question.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got this bag that has my cotton and my Q-tips. And if I don't want to go back into that later, like sanitize my hand and do all that, I'm going to just take it out now and put it out. Get my Q-tip because my table's clean. And then I'm going to put this in the trash. I have my perm papers. And then my perm rods. Remember, there's 10 to 12 perm rods we need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are the purple ones. 7, 8, 9. Put the bag in the trash. And once I have everything out, then I'm going to prepare my doll. And so that's important that you know where everything goes at this time. I'm going to obviously put her Sanex in the trash. And I'm going to put the drape in the soiled linens that, remember, I told you I have on the floor. Okay, I'm going to sanitize my hands because it's a new client. And I just touched my soiled linens. I'm gonna grab my 2 towels, throw the bag in the trash. And this is where you guys can either drape doing, you can do the technique of banana peel, or you can do where I'm putting the 2 towels together and gonna put it around her neck. That's up to you. Ms. Knowles and I talked about it. We don't have a preference. Whatever you guys feel like is gonna hold up better, then we think that's what you should do.
Ms. Toledo, is that okay with state board as well?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Banana, as long as you have 2 towels, that's what matters. And you don't want the drape to come in contact with the neck, right? And so, sorry, that took me a minute. So whatever, and then also whatever's gonna be best for you, that it's not gonna fall off, because that's a struggle when you don't, when you can't maintain the drape throughout the service, right? We know that struggle is
So you
real.
can't use the same drape. You would have to get a new drape.
Yeah, you're gonna have a new drape. It's in your supply list. You have to use a chemical drape right now.
So isn't the kitty drape a chemical drape?
We just want you have to change the drape.
Okay, so if we use the haircut drape, the black one for the first client, we can use the kitty drape for client number 2.
It's not written on the supply list.
It's not, it doesn't say a new drape.
No.
All right, well, let me look at that. Anyway, just if you can do it this way, where you had the kitty drape on the first client, and then you go to your chemical drape for the second client, but you will have the proper drapes at state board.
Okay.
Does everybody have that? If you don't have the kitty drape for the first client, obviously you have to use a hair cutting drape, and the second client you use a chemical drape. Does that make sense to everybody? Questions, concerns?
Yeah, I thought towel should be one inside, another outside.
You can do it that way, or you can, look, it depends on which way you are gonna not drop the drape and not gonna touch the client's skin. So what I said was, you can do the banana drape, or you can just double drape your doll, like I doubled up on my two towels, and then I put the drape around. State board wants to know that you need 2 towels.
Okay.
So if you banana peel drape, you want to do that, great. If you want to double up on your drape like I did, meaning using 2 towels and fold them over, great. And then at this point in time, I'm going to sanitize my hands. I'm hoping at this point you kind of know that you have your chemical waving first, and you have your chemical waving supplies available. Then you're going to sanitize your hands, and you step back and you wait. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Questions yet? We can talk it out. You guys want me to do it again? Whatever you guys want.
I have a question. So for client kit number 1, we didn't have to wipe the bottoms of everything.
No.
But for number 2, we have to wipe the bottoms of
right,
everything.
because they want you to. They want, yes,
from the duffel bag.
correct. They want you to clean the whole surface that you're working on again, because it's a new person.
But my stuff inside the duffel bag's supposed to be clean.
They want you to just, I'm telling you what they want you to do. They want you to clean everything off the surface and clean the bottoms of everything, because you moved them to a different spot, and you're going to move them back over because it's a new person.
Okay.
So Ms. Toledo,
Yes.
so in state board, they have a different spot for us to move everything over?
Yeah, you're gonna see there's the counter, and then there's a table to work on.
Okay.
What if I don't have to move my stuff. What if the way I set it up, so I only need to move my number one client stuff?
So say that, I don't know, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay,
what
wait,
you
I
mean.
got it. You have to wipe down a whole table.
You have
Anyway,
to wipe down the whole table.
okay.
So
All
you're
right,
just gonna
gotcha.
move all your things over, spray it down. Then you're gonna wipe down all the bottoms of your client things, wipe the bottoms down, and then clean that area where the universal supplies were.
So there's a spot to move the stuff to that doesn't need to be disinfected?
You're gonna okay, so when you get there, you're gonna disinfect your entire work area, right?
Right.
And when it's time for client 2, you have put away all the client 1 supplies and you put it where it belongs.
Right.
So you put it in item. Then you're gonna move your universal supplies to a different area. You're gonna move them to the side. You're gonna wipe down your whole area that you're working on. You're gonna wipe all the bottoms of all of your universal supplies and put them where you need them. And then go back and wipe the area where you moved your universal supplies from.
Okay.
Great questions. I'm up for as many questions as you want. Anybody else? Okay, Miss Martinez, you can stop recording this if you want.
Okay.
I have a question,